Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
You worked with these terrorists. You were one of them.
Okay, sir, you're out of order.
Tempers flare as calls grow to keep a controversial mosque from being built in Sterling Heights.
Danielle Stazlicki's disappearance nearly 3 months after she mysteriously vanished. Local 4 defenders reveal new information about the mounting evidence in the case.
The mayor's message to Detroit.
If we're going to fulfill a vision of building a Detroit that includes everybody, we've got to do a whole lot more. And
jobs, education, and community.
if we can prove that when you invest in these neighborhoods, the neighborhoods start to come back.
All coming up on a busy Tuesday night at 11. We'll start things off, though, with fog that's moving into southeast Michigan, which could make for a dangerous late night or early morning drive.
Yeah, dense fog advisory was just issued. Ben Bailey is here with what you need to know, Ben.
Yeah, Kim and Devin, the dense fog is already here in some spots, but this is basically for the I-69 corridor and points north, and also including Livingston County. We showed you about a half hour ago during the update the visibilities in Lapeer already down to a zero. Not much better here in Howell, a half mile, about a quarter mile in Port Huron. South of here right now, no problems with travel, but we do expect that that fog will become a little more dense a little bit further south of the advisory area. It's all happened where these clouds have started to clear. 30-degree temperatures up there. We will rise to 57, and we're still looking to break a record, but we'll talk more about tomorrow in just a few minutes, guys.
Okay, Ben, a packed room in Sterling Heights tonight where residents sounded off before the city decides on how to settle a lawsuit over a controversial mosque.
The Department of Justice is suing Sterling Heights for blocking the project, and tonight residents reaffirmed loud and clear where they stand. Jason Colthorpe following it for us tonight, and they're clearing the place out, Jason.
That's exactly what just happened here, Devin. The council chambers here in Sterling Heights, if you look inside beyond here, empty other than media. Everyone is now outside in the vestibule listening as it just now quieted down. And the council is now discussing the final decision whether to accept this lawsuit settlement that all surrounding this mosque. A lot of them holding signs, as you see today, saying basically, essentially, we will remember in November. The line in front of Sterling Heights City Hall started forming a couple hours before the council meeting tonight.
Excuse me. We're forming up from the post going that way. We need to keep the space open for people to come and go from. Thank you.
They would wait another hour and 41 minutes to hear the details of the city's settlement of 2 federal lawsuits that would allow the building of a mosque. In short, the deal would allow the mosque to be built, but not at the height the AICC wanted. No street parking would be allowed and no outdoor sound projection. Almost everyone in attendance asked council not to settle.
Did you consider the feeling of the Sterling Heights citizens that they live there for many, many years and contribute to that city? Did you consider the noise? Did you consider the children passing by from one street to another street in that area? Have you seen the mosque on a Friday at the time of the prayers? What a mess it is.
And in the lawsuit, if this consent agenda or decree is signed, you are going to say this whole city is discriminating.
This has been a black eye for the city. The newspaper coverage has not been well for us. It's not made us look well. It's nationwide we've been covered. I think we need to put this to bed and move on.
Then tempers flared.
You want to leave? Do you want to leave? Okay, then leave. If you want to leave, then leave.
You worked with these terrorists. You were one of them.
Okay, sir, you're out of order.
The value of the house will go down.
We're going to stand in recess.
Most of the residents will move out.
Now in recess.
All right, guys, while we were watching that story, council did finish their discussion and voted to accept this lawsuit settlement. And I want to run down some of the details. As one of the lawyers who negotiated said, not everybody involved in this got what they wanted. Most important, the city and the American Islamic Community Center are determining the outcome here, not leaving it to a judge. But basically the final piece in this, in addition to the details you heard in there, is the city will have to pay that deductible, which will be $350,000. The insurance company reached an undisclosed settlement with the AICC also in portion of this. And now, as you see, everybody heading home, and all of the people here were against this. But a very As we say, just a headline again, it has passed. Sterling Heights has accepted this lawsuit settlement over the mosque. Just happening just now. We're live in Sterling Heights tonight. Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
Wow. All right. Dramatic evening in Sterling Heights. Our other big story tonight coming from the city of Detroit. Detroit Mayor Duggan spent a small portion of address tonight talking about the past.
Yeah, but instead he looked ahead and outlined a job training program and plans to expand the Detroit Promise. The mayor strongly stated his opposition to the state's plan to close 24 Detroit schools, but the focus of the night was neighborhoods and the announcement of $30 million headed to 3 key areas in the city. Mara McDonald is live in one of those areas, the McNichols and Livernois area of the city. Mara?
Good evening to you, Kimberly, and that's right. We knew that this was one of the general areas that the city was looking at putting some investment in, but tonight we know exactly what that investment money looks like and exactly what it's going to do. Take a look. Duggan had a lot to say tonight, but everything had a strong focus on the neighborhoods.
I get asked, it seems like every day, you've got all this investment in downtown and midtown. It's great, I like it, but when's the investment coming to the neighborhoods?
The answer, tonight, and it's called the Strategic Neighborhood Fund.
$30 million that will be invested in neighborhood development, much like has been done in downtown and midtown.
Starting in 3 neighborhoods, Livernois and McNichols, West Village on the east side, and southwest Detroit near Clark Park. For example, in the McNichols and Livernois area, that means taking 80 vacant homes, rehabbing them, and moving families in, as well as taking a whole string of vacant lots to create a landscaped bikeway and walkway connecting Marygrove to U of D. Cuzzo's Chicken and Waffles, which is just a mile down the road and serves as an anchor in the area that not only attracts people to its food, but has helped spur investment in the area, had people inside just thrilled with the news.
Downtown was where everything was being invested. Obviously, there's a lot of growth, a lot of change, and I love to see that now it's moving out to actually where we live.
I would love to see more things in the neighborhood, recreation, maybe safe places where kids can, have fun and be protected.
Back here live, the focus definitely on neighborhoods and neighborhood services tonight, and not just for these 3 areas that the mayor outlined. I mean, for example, for the first time since 2010, Detroit is going to have street sweeping back, and it's going to start working on some of those drains that are perpetually plugged up that cause problems when it rains. We're live on in the University District tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
All right, Mara. One other quick note about tonight's address. The mayor also talked quite a bit about the high cost of car insurance, but now saying it needs to be addressed for drivers across the state of Michigan and not just focusing on change in Detroit. You can watch the full address on the homepage of clickondetroit.com.
A 31-year-old fugitive is in serious condition tonight after being shot by a U.S. Marshal on Detroit's west side. Police say Edward Burgett, a registered sex offender, was wanted on several charges, including parole absconding and auto theft. As officers moved in to arrest him, they say he rammed a car into a U.S. Marshal's vehicle. That's when shots were fired, injuring Burgett.
An update now to a Local 4 Defenders investigation. We've learned new information in the disappearance of 28-year-old Danielle Stislicki. It has been almost 3 months now since Stislicki vanished after leaving her office in Southfield. Investigators have spent a lot of time at a home in Berkeley where a former security guard lived. In fact, he lived in the same building as Stislicki, and police, we've learned, have removed a mattress, floorboards, and a car from the home. They are now waiting for lab results on what I guess we would describe as mounting evidence that has been gathered.
Big development.
Yeah.
All right, real police looking for fake cops tonight. How these guys forced their way into a home and terrorized a family.
Also, they weren't planning for a polar plunge. Cameras rolling as a group of teens falls through the ice.
But first, the search for a guardian angel.
I don't know if she ever had any way of telling whether or not what she did was worthwhile.
How a mystery woman saved his life and how you can help find her. That's next.
Coming up tomorrow on Local 4 News Today, do you just get stressed out when you're stuck in traffic?
Well, who doesn't? See what brake lights really signal in our brain and the best way to handle your freeway frustration.
That's all for Wellness Wednesday tomorrow at 5:50 plus. Temps are staying in the 60s. Weather and traffic updates always on the 4s. Detroit mornings start here from 4:30 to 7 a.m.
See you in the morning.
Take a seat.
He could have died on the side of the road, but Keith survived because a stranger stepped in.
There's an angel of mercy out there that may or may not know that what she did was very worthwhile.
But the question tonight is, who was she?
It's a question Keith and his family have been asking for the past 7 years now, and they're hoping someone can help them find his guardian angel.
Right up the middle! Touchdown, Michigan!
It was supposed to be a day of football and fun. Notre Dame fan Keith Trost and daughter Mary Kate were at the Big House to watch the Irish take on the Wolverines.
Forcier throws, caught! Touchdown!
A last-second touchdown gave Michigan the win, but the real drama was yet to come. Keith's wife picked them up, and as they sat in the post-game traffic, Keith's heart just stopped.
Between there and Eisenhower on Industrial, I suffered cardiac arrest. My wife's immediate thought was, let me get him to the hospital. My daughter called 911. They said, don't do that, pull over and get him out of the car.
The odds of surviving cardiac arrest outside of a hospital are just about 10%. But Keith was about to hit the Good Samaritan lottery.
The person in the car behind us saw that them struggling to pull me, my lifeless body out of the car. She was medical trained. She got out of her car and proceeded to give me CPR.
The stranger was a woman. Her mother was with her, and she continued to do CPR until rescuers arrived.
The fire truck from the fire station by Briarwood Mall came over, got there, zapped me with the defibrillator, and were able to get my heart beating again. I kind of joke at how much fun the people in the emergency room had cutting my Notre Dame gear off of me that day.
That may be true, but Keith is forever grateful to the Maize and Blue. Doctors at U of M used a high-tech hypothermia treatment to cool Keith's body and bypass surgery to replace his damaged arteries. As he slowly recovered, Keith wondered about the woman who saved his life.
I would love to be able to thank the woman that was in that car behind us. We checked the police records, we checked the EMT records. Nobody got her name.
7 years have passed. Keith has welcomed 2 new granddaughters. A 5th is on the way in May. He walked his daughter down the aisle, and he's become a runner.
I've run 4 half marathons and a 10-mile run since then.
He's also decided to come out of retirement, starting a new career with Goodwill. It's a wonderful life he came as close as humanly possible to losing. He wants the woman who saved it to know she made a difference.
I hope she sees this. There's an angel of mercy out there that may or may not know that what she did was very worthwhile, and I really thank her for it.
Yeah, we hope she sees this too, and that's where you come in. This story is going to be posted on our website at clickondetroit.com. We'll also post it on the Local 4 Facebook page, and we ask you to share it with your family and friends so it can hopefully reach Keith's angel. All he knows is that she had medical training and was in Ann Arbor with her mother September 12, 2009. And if you are Keith's guardian angel or you know who she is, send an email to health@clickondetroit.com because we would love to reunite her with Keith.
Yeah, this person had some medical training, but anyone can learn CPR these days. It's so important.
It is hands-only CPR now, and it's so much easier than the old method. We've put a link to learn it on our website. And also, I want to mention tomorrow at 12:15, we will have a live demonstration on our Local 4 Facebook page. Just watch Keith, and you can look at Keith and see the difference that can make.
What? Yeah, it's amazing.
Half marathons
Look
now.
at him now, coming out of retirement. That's amazing. All right, here's a look at what defender Karen Drew is working on for tomorrow night.
They're women who've been sexually abused, in other cases trafficked. And now a Metro Detroit mother is coming to their rescue.
I was an abused child, and I thought to myself, this is speaking to me. I need to do something.
Making jewelry, mending souls, and moving on.
I can't do this on my own anymore.
Hear from the women themselves what happens after they're rescued tomorrow at 11.
It's actually a great theory.
My theory is maybe she's a U of M fan. Doesn't want anybody to know she helped. No.
She helped it. Yeah.
That wouldn't be it. But what a story.
That's right. And I think the more people share it and gets around, you never know.
In this day and age, because it can work in a way that it certainly couldn't before.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
Football is the furthest thing from our minds when we get 60-degree temperatures out there, isn't it? Yeah, but temperatures have cooled off tonight. Yeah. We've been so spoiled by these 60-degree numbers in the afternoon. We see these kind of numbers at night, and people are thinking, whoa, but but 36 up in Port Huron right now, 37 in Mount Clemens, Lapeer also in the 30s. That's actually close to our average high this time of year, but we are still unseasonably mild in most of the area. The clouds have broken a little bit quicker here, and that's what's allowed that fog to form in addition to those temperatures dropping north of Detroit right now. But as we stand right now, it is the third warmest February in Detroit history, and we've still got some warm days to go. So there's a possibility, it's an outside chance, but a possibility we could pull into second place as we wrap up February early next week. But right now, we're still watching the possibility of fog spreading even further south in some of those areas that are under the dense fog advisory, again, mainly from I-69 north. Right now, not a whole lot to look at as far as satellite or radar shows. We will be seeing some activity once we get into Friday. But before then, tomorrow, once the clouds and low clouds and fog take off early in the day, we'll start seeing temperatures rise in the afternoon. We will get at least to a record, if not break one, tomorrow afternoon with highs in the mid-60s. Slightly cooler on Thursday. We'll have some overnight rain rolling in here early Friday. This is not the main event on Friday. Most of this should be gone by the morning commute. The daytime hours are going to remain dry, and then a line of thunderstorms starts forming ahead of a cold front out here from West Michigan through Indiana. That will start marching east, and that is what could have some strong and possibly even severe thunderstorms embedded within that. So we'll keep an eye on it going into Friday. Tonight, 47 is what we're going to call for in the city, but you saw those 30s already out there in some of the outlying areas. Wait till you see the high temperatures tomorrow. Here we go with another record. 60-degree numbers across the metro zone, 63 in the city, likely 66 in Romulus. That will break the record of 65 from 1930. 67 down here in our south zone, at least towards the state line. Even as we get slightly cooler here in our west zone, we're still going to be well above average and all in the 60s, even in Sanilac County. Some of those spots that are in the 30s right now, you're still going to the 60s tomorrow afternoon, and it is going to be with the help of some sunshine. We'll finally get rid of these 60s as if we're all tired of them on Friday, and the real February will show up for a while.
Not enough complain.
Yeah.
Too much.
30s for highs, 20s for lows. So if you have missed winter, it will make a brief appearance here this weekend.
Not much.
I don't think there's a lot.
No.
Yeah.
All right, Ben. A big change coming to Amazon, what they're doing with free shipping that a lot of people are going to like.
Also a dangerous plunge. A group of teens falls into the icy water. Who came to their rescue? Next.
With our
Tourists taking a selfie caught the seconds before a group of young people plunged through the ice in Central Park. The women from Paraguay snapped a selfie with the teens in the background standing on the icy pond, and then seconds later the teens fall through the ice, and cell phone video there shows them all struggling to get out. Two skateboarders raced to help, getting all of them out before firefighters got there. Some suffered hypothermia, but they all will be okay.
You with the phone, thanks for helping. A Miami family is tied up during a home invasion by a pair of robbers dressed as police officers. The men, armed with guns and wearing body armor, walked in through the front door telling the family they were police. The couple and their two children and a Comcast worker who was working at the house were all tied up by the robbers. No one was hurt, but they did get away with cash and jewelry. The real police are, of course, still looking for them. A man vandalized Clawson High School, and now police are asking you to help identify him.
Security cameras show the man in his late teens or early 20s sneaking around the school Sunday morning. He got in through a window and damaged a computer, but ran off when police got there. Macomb County is trying to ensure Selfridge Air Base sticks around. They launched a website, mif35.org, to try to land a new fighter jet, the F-35, for the base. You can sign a petition and learn about the F-35s. Selfridge is one of 5 bases being considered.
FedEx is pulling the plug on a trucking terminal at the Liberty Park site in Sterling Heights. Softball Complex announced it was shutting down in December, and FedEx now says after surveying the property, it is unfit for the company's needs.
Free shipping just got cheaper with Amazon. The site has lowered its minimum for non-Prime members from $49 back to $35. Amazon raised the price to $49 almost a year ago. Consumer experts say they brought it back down to compete with Walmart, which also offers free shipping at $35. All about that competition.
Free shipping got cheaper. Do you know how hard it is for free things to get cheaper?
Not easy. Exactly.